Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about another movie from the 70s. And I really want to say thanks for all the comments and suggestions in my last video. I really do appreciate it. And please don't worry too, there will be more haul videos and collection videos on the channel as well. This is just a series that I'm doing right now. And I've added all of these, or I will be adding all of these to a special playlist for 70s films. So if you are watching a later one, you want to see the earlier ones, by all means do that. I also wanted to mention too that in the comments, a lot of folks were mentioning that, more famous movies like The Godfather, Jaws, and there's so many great films that came from the 70s. And so I will cover those. I'll probably cover those all at once. I'm really trying to talk about films that maybe are, haven't been talked about too much and that are some of my favorites. Of course, I love The Godfather. Of course, I love Jaws. But I'm trying to talk about other films as well. And so one of the comments I think mentioned this film, and it's a film that this is a first watch for me that I'll be talking about. And I knew I was going to love the film. I did love the film. So I was kind of waiting for the right time to do it. So it seemed like since I'm talking about films from the 70s, this is a perfect time to do it. And that movie is Scarecrow with Gene Hackman and Al Pacino, and there's the front of that. This is a Warner Archive release on Blu-ray, and I think Warner Archive does such a great job with their releases. I'm really enjoying adding Warner Archive releases to my list and picking up some releases too. So if you have a favorite Warner Archive release too, let me know in the comments below. And I'll just open this up. These are pretty no frills on the inside. There's not a booklet or anything like that, but it does have some nice artwork on the Blu-ray itself. And this movie is from the 70s, from 1973, of course, and directed by Jerry Schatzberg. And I looked up the director, and he also directed some of my other favorite films. And I don't have these films, but I will probably pick them up based on seeing this movie. And although I have seen these movies before, one of them is The Seduction of Joe Tynan with Alan Alda, which I saw back in the 70s, I'm sure. And Panic in Needle Park was one of the first Al Pacino movies I saw. And also Honeysuckle Rose, which was with Willie Nelson, and I really enjoyed that one as well. So, but I love this film. It's an amazing film, and I'm trying to also, through this particular study, understand why I have such an affection for the 70s as a decade of film. And I already know some of those reasons, but I think they're even becoming more clear as I'm doing this particular video series. And so one of the things I like to do also is just read a little bit of the back. I don't want to spoil the first viewing experience if you haven't seen this movie. So I'm going to read the back. This is what you would find if you looked up the Blu-ray on Amazon and read the description of it. And it really gives a pretty good summary of the movie. I will give some thoughts, of course, and some things I liked about the movie, but I'm really trying not to spoil these movies. I know these movies have been around a while, but if you haven't seen it before, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So I'm just going to read a little bit of the description on the back. Just out of jail after serving time on an assault rep, Max, Gene Hackman, of course, one of my favorite actors of all time, is headed for Pittsburgh to open a deluxe car wash. Back from 5 years at sea, Lion, played by Al Pacino, wants to hit Detroit and visit the child he's never seen. The dreams may not be glorious, but you'll want Max and Lion to fulfill them because Scarecrow, co-winner of the 1973 Cannes Film Festival Grand Prize, has a heart as big as its cross-country journey. Its hard luck drifters drift permanently into our souls. This is due to teamwork of a high order. The moving performances of Hackman and Pacino, the sensitive direction of Jerry Schatzberg, and his glowing landscape cinematography of Vilmos Zsigmond. Hit the road with these two, you'll find the trip unforgettable. And it was truly, truly an unforgettable experience. I would say most 70s films, as soon as I put them on, I'm all in. And I was realizing the reason why, one of the reasons why, and this happens in this film too, is the use of the long take. Many times the director will just leave the camera there and you'll be able to see some landscape, maybe a character walking, or a character doing something, but they'll just leave the camera a little bit. And to me, that's a very patient style, and a lot of the frames of the film almost look like a painting, which I really enjoy too. It just gives me a little bit more time to study the film, really understand what environment I'm in, what characters I'm working with, or what characters I'm seeing. And I really love that. That's one of the things I love about many, many 70s movies. There's not a lot of quick cuts at least in this movie. And so I really appreciate that because it really gives me time to study the environment that I'm in. The other thing I really love, I mean, the performances in this are just amazing from Gene Hackman and Al Pacino, and they really start off not being friends at all and really becoming true friends by the end of the movie. And so, they're amazing actors, and so many of the scenes, to me anyway, feel improvised. And maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I didn't really look up too much information on the movie. I didn't really want to, for some of these movies, especially on the first time watch, I don't want to know too much about the movie and just give my impressions of it. But it really felt like there was a lot of organic dialogue and interaction between Pacino and Hackman, and I really enjoyed that a lot about it, as well as the landscapes. The landscapes are absolutely beautiful in this movie. And I even feel like there's a lot of scenes where there's a big crowd as well, and it just feels like you're there. It feels like it just feels very organic. There are a lot of dramatic things that happen in this movie, as well as many 70s movies, and I think I like that as well. The high drama, the dramatic situations, the dramatic characters, the Gene Hackman and Al Pacino, of course, known for their amazing portrayals of many characters, but I really believe them as these characters, as these drifters going across the country and having some adventures, some of which are not very good. So I really love this movie, and I'm sure I'll be rewatching it again and again and again. One of my favorite 70s movies. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen this movie, and also let me know too. I know there were so many comments on my last video about 70s movies, but if you have a favorite 70s movie and you're seeing this video for the first time, please list it in the comments below. I will be covering a lot of the movies that were mentioned in the comments, and I'm watching these sort of in random order, so I'm not starting from the beginning of the 70s and going to the end of the 70s. I'm just kind of picking them as I'm feeling in the mood to watch them. So these first ones, with And Justice for All, and I forgot to mention in the last video, in And Justice for All, I forgot to mention a great performance by Lee Strasberg as well, famous for working with actors and the Actors Studio in New York. These movies are more gritty, it seems like, so I'm not really picking a lot of comedies at this point. This is just the mood I'm in lately, is more dramatic films. So I love this movie, highly recommend it, really enjoy it. If you want to also track along with me, you can follow me on Letterboxd as well. I'm tracking all the movies that I'm watching there, and there's a link in the description below for my Letterboxd account. So thanks so much for watching this video today. I so appreciate it. I'm really loving this so far. I've only done a couple of videos, but I'm sure I'll be doing many, many more videos, and I may, of course, take a break to do a haul video or a collection video or some other topic. But let me know if you enjoy this, you want to see me do more videos, that would be great. But I really am very thankful for everyone who watches and comments and asks questions and things on this channel. It really means a lot to me. So thanks so much for watching today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. That would be great. I sincerely hope that everyone is safe and well, and I'll talk to you soon.